Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with a foundation review and I will be reviewing the new foundation by Haus by Lady Gaga, the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Don't love the name, but let's see how I like the formula. If you enjoy this type of video, be sure to subscribe. I'll be showing you before and after, how it looks on application, flash photo, natural light, and how it looks at the end of the day with timestamps in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you've yet to hear about this foundation, it does come in 50 shades, which is amazing. It retails for $45 American, $59 Canadian. You're getting a full fluid ounce in there, which is about the average size of a foundation. I like the packaging. It has kind of like frosted. We've got a pump there. What I will say about this foundation though is I have had such a hard time finding my shade, and I still don't know if I've determined it. So the first shade I purchased was 340 medium cool, I think. And in my opinion, it didn't look cool unless they were doing like a MAC thing. Like it looked really, really yellow to me. Then I went in store and I couldn't find my shade. So I returned that, I went back in, I ordered it online again. So right now I have the shade 310 medium warm and I have 325 medium warm, because it's one of those situations almost like when Urban Decay came out with that foundation. It was like there was so many shades and the undertones were just not it. So 310 medium warm looks really peachy, and then this is 325, also looks quite peachy. So the warm shades definitely have a strong pink undertone. The cool shades are more yellow, so it's more aligned with how MAC does their warm and cool than a lot of the other brands. It's the most pink foundation I've ever seen, I think. Okay, I took out 2 pumps. It says it's medium coverage, clean foundation with fermented arnica that reduces redness, helps to even skin tone, and protects from environmental stressors. Natural finish, liquid formula, long wearing, hypoallergenic, and cruelty free as well. So honestly, I'm not sure that this is going to be the best shade for me, but I just wanted to get this review up because I'm not sure that there is a best shade for me. And in Sephora, which is kind of like, I understand on the one hand because they're taking off the shades that are sold out, but then I can't test my shade to see what I want to purchase online, because when you go into the display, there's like only the shades that are available are on the display for tester. So this definitely looks good. I have a golden peachy undertone, so I don't mind things pulling a little bit peach. So this ended up being a pretty good match, and again, I'm using the 325 medium warm, and I did use the Sephora shade finder. It gave me 2 different shades. It's so hard to buy online, but given such a big range, I'm really happy to be ending up somewhere in the middle in terms of skin tone. It looks like it goes really, really light and really, really deep, which I appreciate. So I think the actual shade match looks pretty good. The undertone I'm not 100% in love with. I feel like it does take some of the warmth away from my skin, but I do have the Haus bronzer and highlight, which I will go ahead and put on. But I'm going to go ahead now and just take flash photos, see how it looks. I'm very curious, and put on the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have most of my makeup on now. I figured I would go ahead and add the bronzer and highlight. I picked up the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in medium level 6. If you watch my Sephora haul, I'll link it down below. It showed up broken, which was really sad, but they've got a nice amount of shades in here. It looks really smooth. My guess, yeah, is going to be quite powdery. But let's see how it looks. I'm feeling like my skin is looking a little flat. This is a nice bronzer. It has like a nice sort of satiny finish, not super matte, and a really nice undertone. So this is exciting, and I actually really quite like the packaging as well. I'm gonna pop on a little bit of blush. This is MAC Fleur Power. Oldie but a goodie. But I wanted something kind of pink because I have a pink highlight. I'm not gonna wear the Cherry Shine red lip in this video. I'm just not feeling a red lip today, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I will test that out in another video. But I got the highlighter in a pretty interesting shade, and the highlighters are, I think, of everything that came out, they look the most unique and super beautiful shades. But this is the Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter in Pink Amethyst. So it has this sort of pinky gold shift. Let's see how it looks on the skin. Because I actually really like an iridescent kind of pinky purpley highlight, but it just can't have too much cool toned in it. And I think there's one that's even more orangey than this that maybe I should have got, but I think it looks pretty. I don't know if you can see the reflect on camera. It's not exactly like my favorite for daytime, I will say that. It's kind of sparkly, but I mean it's Lady Gaga. I love this kind of color for inner corner though. But my face, the foundation looks really smooth. It's just kind of the undertone. But like the texture looks great. So with the rest of my makeup on, I think this looks really beautiful, really smooth on the skin. I still I'm not a huge fan of the shade, and the flash photos kind of went as I had expected them to. I think it looks really pretty here in my studio lighting, but pretty much everything does. And as for flash photo, definitely got some flashback given that like really pinky peachy undertone. I really do feel like even in store some of the shades look like they were drying down a bit gray. So I don't know what's up with the shades, but the finish on the skin looks really, really nice. Up close and in person. The highlighter is not my favorite right now. I love it on the inner corner of the eyes. I think it looks pretty, but definitely something a little bit warmer perhaps would have been my preference. But I'm going to go ahead and wear this for a few more hours and I'll check back with you in some natural light. Okay, coming to you with a check-in here in the middle of the day in some natural light. It's a little bit dark out. I think we're about to get a thunderstorm, but I think things look pretty good. I wasn't sure where I was going to land on color, if it was going to continue to oxidize or anything like that. But I think the color has turned out looking pretty good on my face. It did look really, really pink on application. I don't know what it is. It's just very hard to find my shade in this, but I do think that it looks good and feels good. I went outside and my face got a little bit sweaty because it's still kind of humid here, but I haven't blotted or anything like that, and I just came in off my patio as well. So I think it looks pretty good. However, I may take a cheeky little nap. Been known to have an afternoon nap, so we'll see what happens after I do that, but I definitely wanted to show you pre-nap because my face gets sweaty. Okay, I am back. I just woke up from a nap. My anxiety has been kind of bad lately, and napping is one of my coping mechanisms. One of the healthier ones. Anyways, let's chat about this foundation. I do look a little bit like definitely around my eyes and stuff. My mascara has moved around. I lost a little product here. Definitely a little bit shiny. I think I slept on this side of my face, so this side is not as good as this side. I've become a pretty good napper with makeup on as well. This is only in recent years. But overall, I do think that this foundation looks good. I liked the way that it looked on my skin. I liked how smooth it looked. My pores, like I don't have really big pores, but it did look incredibly smooth on the skin. Really, really beautiful. I think it wore nicely. I think the finish is probably like a natural matte kind of finish. It's not my absolute favorite. Firstly, the color, it just, while it's settled into my face, it's still, I lose a little bit of that depth and warmth that I like to have in my skin, and even in adding a bronzer, I just feel like it didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. And in addition to that, the finish is nice, but it's not my favorite finish ever. So it is a good foundation, but when that shade matches off, I just can't fall as in love with it. I think if I had a better shade match, I'd feel a lot more positive about it. So I definitely recommend going ahead and picking up a sample if you can at Sephora, or if you purchase online or in store, you can return it, which I've had to do now in trying to match myself. So overall, I do like the bronzer. I like the highlighter, but I don't love the shade that I got. I kind of wish I got that darker, even darker shade, but it is pretty, just not necessarily with this look today. But yeah, the bronzer is really nice, and I'll report back on the lip product as well. But let me know if you plan on trying Haus Labs. As always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!